Overall, before we break things down, the Illini move on. The Michigan season comes to a close.
And you really think about Michigan, Eric Bakich and their ball club. They've had a wonderful year. It's his first year there. But unfortunately for the Wolverines, they're a young team. They didn't get that one win to at least push on. But Illinois, you got to feel good for them. They're moving on.
The first Big Ten tournament for the Wolverines since 2010, so that's a step up from the last few years. But their season is done because they couldn't capitalize on early opportunities against the Fighting Illini. John Kravitz got himself in some real trouble early on. The first three batters of the game all got on. So with no outs, there's a strikeout, one dead. Bases still loaded. Next batter, Kravitz. Swing and a miss. There's 2 outs. Next batter, a 2-2 count for Kevin White. Kravitz gets him good. Coach thrilled with the way he got out of that trouble.
He's battled, and that's been important for us. That first inning could have been disastrous, and he found a way to get out of it.
Illinois up 2-1. Kravitz again in a little bit of trouble trying to work his way out of it. Runner on third, 2 outs. That's Zach Zott, and this is a foul ball out. Prevents more trouble. Top of the fourth, Kravitz from the stretch, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position, John DeLora caught looking. Story of the day here from Kravitz. Bottom of the fifth now, runner on first, nobody out, Michael Hurwitz. It's a 2-1 game for the Illini. To right center, he finds the gap. Thomas Lindauer is going to score from first. Not a ton of offense for Illinois, but just enough.
Timely hitting. What they didn't get yesterday, they got today.
More from Kravitz now, top of the seventh with a 1-2 count. Gets him looking again. Strike 3 called, tying a career high. That's 10 batters in a row retired. Top of the eighth, same score, no out with Michael O'Neill up to bat. O'Neill, that's a left center gapper, and it's going all the way to the wall. He's going all the way to third. He would score on a sac fly. Kravitz is done, 7 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs given up. Grayson Johnson now pitching. Jack Sexton to first base. The Illini get out of a jam and hold on to win. 3-2, the final score. Couple of hits for Hurwitz and Lindauer. The Illini, the 5-seeded team, move on. They will play in the early game tomorrow, Friday, which can be seen here on BTN. But for more on this game, back out to our guys who are standing by with the head coach of the Illini, Dan Hartlib.
Dan Hartlib is our guest, the head coach of Illinois, fighting off Michigan today and staving off elimination in a 3-2 win in the elimination game. Coach, John Kravitz today, 7 1/3 innings, allowed just 2 earned runs, didn't walk a batter. Very solid performance when you needed a big one from him.
Well, it was a great performance, and the thing that was so outstanding about it was that first inning when he hits a batter, gives up 2 hits, and then strikes out the side. The momentum obviously was in Michigan's favor and turned it right back around in our favor. So a gutsy performance. Again, not putting any runners on base on it, for a team that steals a lot of bases. As you said, a gutsy performance.
Coach, also your bullpen comes through. Brian Roberts does a nice job, as he's done all season long. Talk about those guys and how important it is to have that type of bullpen, specifically guys that don't give up base runners.
Well, before we got to Brian Roberts, the person that, did such a great job was Grayson Johnson. He comes up with a big punch out with first and third, tying run on third base. Then he turns around, gets a ground out. Brian Roberts throws a tough pitch to the leadoff hitter in that inning. In the 9th inning, he threw the 3-2 breaking ball for strike 3. Wanted to try to, I'm sure, raise my blood pressure, so he walks the next guy, and then, gets the 2 big outs against 2 great hitters.
Coach, congratulations on the win. We'll see you tomorrow.
Great. Thanks, guys.